Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. It is Monday, so I wanted to start off by saying happy Monday, and I hope you had an incredible weekend. And I wanted to share with you, I think we're constantly learning. We're learning all the time. And if you have children, you are having such beautiful experiences, almost recreations of your childhood, the things that are different and the things that are the same, and seeing life through different lenses. And I think that's the most incredible part of being a parent is you're seeing life through different lenses. You're having the experience of your life through your lens as an adult, and also getting insight into having the experience of life from the eyes of a child. And that is such a pure place. It's such an innocent place. It's such a place full of curiosity and wonder and questioning. And we too, as adults, had that same experience and lived life through that place until the world, relationships, experiences, successes, and failures dumped a bunch of emotional baggage and shit on us, and we realize, wow. And then we wake up one day, it seems to be that way anyway, even though it's a constant growth and evolution over a lifetime of having these experiences and our subconscious mind holding on to these beliefs where we feel constricted, we feel limited, and we feel like it's not possible anymore. But when you listen to a child, you understand that they truly do believe that anything is possible. The most wild things, the most erroneous things, that it is possible if you just wish on a star, or if you just blow those things after making a wish, or if you go like this and you have an eyelash and you hold it on the tip of your finger and you close your eyes for 3 seconds and then you say your wish and then you blow it and you don't tell anyone that it will come true. Those are the things that we really experience and embody and believe as we're children. And those are the things that we tend to lose sight of as adults. And we lose sight of them because of the adult-like things that we have to experience, right? Growing up, working, getting a job, conflict with our parents, conflict with our partners, marriage, divorce, all the things that we do and we get to experience as adults. It seems like the world comes and just has a poop day on your parade. And as a child, life is like a parade. It's super exciting. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, do you see that? Oh, mom, can I have some of that? Oh, and there's experiences in all of that. And some beautiful and incredible ones, and some very ones that feel like it's a poop day on our parade, and ones that leave us feeling like small, limited, constricted, restricted, lack, fear, there's not enough. And we take on our parents' beliefs, we take on the world's beliefs, we take on our teachers' beliefs. And so by the time we become an adult and we're trying to find ourselves, it's like trying to pull and remove the layers of all of those other people's beliefs about the world and who we are and our place in it and our position in it, that we need to unpack and uncover so that, oh, there you are, so that we can rediscover ourselves. And that's truly what this experience is in life. And it feels like it's a constant evolution of that. And there's a faster way to do that, and then there's a longer, slower way to do that. And whichever way you choose is not right. It's not wrong. It's just the way that you choose. But I wanted to share this experience of coming down. I always say coming down, and we had this conversation with my daughter. What do you mean coming down? So where we live, on the weekends, we'll go up north. And so I say we go up. And I realized she didn't understand the language of using words and directional words like up and down. And she said, what do you mean when we go up? I meant because I know the location of where we go. To get to that place, we have to drive north, and that's up. And then to get back, to return, we drive down, we go south. But she hasn't learned that. She hasn't experienced the language of that yet and connected meaning to it. And that's the way that we grow and we evolve through life. We hear language, we connect meaning to it. We hear language, we connect meaning to it. We don't understand what it means. We ask questions, we receive an interpretation of someone else's explanation of it, and we connect to it. If it makes sense, we make meaning of it. If we don't, maybe we set it aside, we discard it, and then maybe we ask again another day because we're still unsure, we're still conflicted, we're still confused by it. But that's the way that we grow, we learn, we evolve. And so as there's conversation about, well, we're going up and then we're coming down, and she said, what does it mean to go up and down? And it was just explanation of directions. And so we got to have this conversation where there was meaning made. At least that's my assumption. I don't know because I'm not her. No one else can know you because they're not you. And that's truly what I want to support you in and guide you in, or advise you in. I hate the word advice, is to really deeply connect with yourself. That is this evolution, this journey, this growth to healing, to understanding yourself, to removing those layers, to unpacking all the things that you've carried, the things that had served you at one point but no longer do, the meaning that you made through other people's words and language and use of it. And maybe it used to mean something to you then, and now that meaning that's still there, that's still connected, is hurting you in some way, is holding you back. And so the removal of that and the reconnection to something that is more supportive and better serving you today is truly the most beautiful part of life. It's the part that I love the most. But our conversation was this morning on the way to school, "Mommy, are you proud of me?" And I thought, oh my gosh, we all asked that question of our parents, and the number of times that we asked them and the ways that we asked them, they meant different things to us then. And I said, "Proud of you for what, honey?" And her response after that was, "Proud of me for holding my pee." And I thought, And she said, I know, I should be proud of me." Because we're constantly in a conversation of, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. What matters is how you feel about you. That's really what one of the most powerful things you can connect with is. And she said, I know, if I'm proud of me. And I said, "Proud of you for what?" And she said, "Holding my pee." And I said, "What do you mean?" And it's a 2-hour drive to go up north. It's a 2-hour drive to come down, to go up and down. And I said, "Well, if you needed to go, we could have stopped." And she said, "I know, but are you proud of me? I didn't need to go." And I said, "Well, it's really, it's a different experience. If you needed to go and you were holding it because you were afraid that I might get mad if you asked me to stop, and then you spent the entire drive uncomfortable and in pain and feeling scared to ask, that's not what I want for you." But she said, "Well, no, it wasn't that, Mommy. I didn't need to go." And I said, okay, well, there's a very different experience of not needing to go, therefore not having that feeling of discomfort and pain and holding it and fear of asking and feeling like, I don't even need to go, versus having the experience of wanting something, desiring something, needing something, and be afraid of asking for that or telling someone that you want or need that because of your fear of their reaction. And so it's a very different experience. If you don't need to go and we have this drive down or up and you feel really comfortable and really good, that's awesome. But if you need to go and you're afraid to ask because of someone's reaction, and so you hold it and you think, well, I'm doing a good thing, I'm doing the right thing, but you're doing a thing that's causing you to be in discomfort and pain and fear, that's a very, very different experience. And this entire interpretation of this came from this conversation of needing to pee or not needing to pee and holding it. And that's what we do. We hold on to these things. We hold on to things that cause us discomfort and disconnection and pain and shame and fear. And we hold on to it. And we give it a meaning. We give it a specific interpretation based upon our experiences. She's had both experiences. The experience of frustration of, oh my gosh, you need to go again. You can't hold it. You just went 5 minutes ago. And she's had the experience of course, you can go. Hold on. We can't go now. We're on a highway, but let me find somewhere safe where we can pull off and then you can go. And the experience of holding it, the discomfort, the disconnection, the pain, the fear of, I don't want you to be mad at me, but... and the experience of relief. And I know this is a conversation about pee, but it applies to so many things. The experience of emotional relief. And when I'm working one-to-one with clients, whether they're going through the transforming past pain to present power, or we're working one-to-one together, that's where we really expedite this experience of relief, of letting go of the things that are causing us discomfort, pain, holding on to the experience of shame, holding on to that feeling, and I'm not just talking about pee here, but I'm talking about the greater context of so many things that we hold on to because of whatever it is that made us believe that we have to, that's causing us pain, that's causing us fear, that's causing us discomfort and disconnection. The experience is the same. It's the same as, do I hold it or do I tell you I need to go? Do I feel proud of myself because I didn't need to go, but if I needed to, that relief would be available to me, all of this. And we realize, wow, 30, 40 years down the road, it's the same as a 5-year-old who has to hold their pee and feeling proud of themselves. And the question of, are you proud of me? And wanting that external validation, wanting that, oh, you are? Good, because when I know you're proud of me, I feel good about me. And we get stuck in this cycle of looking outside of ourselves. Are you proud of me? Are you happy that I... And really the question we should be asking ourselves is, am I proud of me? Am I happy that I? Not, are you proud of me? And if you are, then I can be proud of me and happy with me and feel good about me. Because when we do that, when we get in that cycle of repetition, of constantly doing that, and we're oftentimes so unaware of ourselves doing that, we're so unconscious to the fact that we do that, we give away our power. It's like, here's my power card, and if you take it and you rip it up in front of me and you get mad at me, well, there goes my happiness. And now there's room for sadness, there's room for disappointment, there's room for shame because I wasn't good enough for you. And we get in this and we carry this, we experience this, and we don't even realize it. And then we become adults, and before we know it, we've got 30 years of shame and pain. It's almost like we've been holding our pee for 30 years and we've got to go. It wants to come out, and we know that when it goes and when it comes out, we will experience incredible, tremendous relief from that discomfort. So this entire conversation that I had with my daughter is truly a representation of what it's like to go within, to connect to the core and the root of that pain. What is it that caused you to believe that you had to hold it for that long? And when you experience this connection to the core and the root of that pain, and then you become free from it, you experience that release. It's like, it's like when you've held your pee for that long and you're finally able to go. It's quite funny, actually, because working one-to-one with people, I have a lot of people tell me, I peed so much after our session. Is that normal? I mean, I know I drink a lot of water, but it felt like the amount that I released was not equivalent to the amount of water that I drank. Is that normal? And I just laugh and I say that it's your body's way of releasing and processing all of the things, and the subconscious reprogramming that takes place is so beautiful, is so incredible, because that's truly what it is. It's an inner release of holding on to what you unconsciously and unknowingly held on to because you wanted validation from someone outside of yourself. So I hope that this metaphor, this analogy in the story has landed with you, has resonated with you. If it hasn't, just keep scrolling. It doesn't need to. But if you find that it did, and you find that you are seeking and searching and looking for that way of that internal unconscious release, and all the things that you've tried have maybe allowed you to experience a little bit of it, but it's almost like if you were allowed to go pee and then someone goes, okay, and you're like, and you cut it off like midstream, like, oh, okay, that was it. And it's like, there's a big difference in the experience of having to really, really, really go and only being allowed to go a little bit and then having to hold the rest versus allowing to truly let it all out. And if you've ever had to hold your pee, I know that you know what I'm talking about. But doing this inner work, the transformational healing process allows you to let go of all of it. And that's why it's called transformational. It is truly a beautiful and magical experience, and it is one that I want for you if you want it for you. And I always say that no one else can want it for you more than you want it for yourself, because then you will cut it off before you've fully experienced what you truly desire to experience. And again, that's rooted in other beliefs of you don't deserve to have that, or you'll be made wrong for it, or experience even more pain because of it, because someone else told you. So when you're ready for that, I would love to connect with you. You can find, I'll actually leave a link in the description below this video to working one-to-one. Know that there are other options and methods as well that I have available, but until then, cheers to freedom. Cheers to full release. All right, guys, sending you love.